to introduce our guest speaker. Now we have a nice treat today. We have more than one guest persons. So I'm going to give Matt his moment in the light of introduction, and then I will give Kristy her moment in the light of introduction.
Hello,
Matt Grogan, who has become a familiar face in our congregation family, is an experienced and accredited medium, healer, and teacher from Kent, England, and very much a part of our family in Ontario. Matt has worked extensively across the UK, Ireland, and Europe, and has also taught and demonstrated online in the US and Canada. Matt has worked with spirit for many years and has demonstrated his mediumship on many occasions. Over the years, Matt has studied with leading organizations in the UK and abroad to assist in his development and understanding of spiritualist history, spiritual pioneers, the mechanics of mediumship, platform etiquette, and speaking skills, as well as using his own intuitive abilities to connect to the spirit world. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome Matt again to the Healing Spirit. I think we need to start to reserve certain spots for you because we always enjoy and look forward to you coming back. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. As we go into the lecture for this part of the service, I was very much drawn to the song that we played right at the beginning, whenever you call my name, just about a friend. And what I want you to think about first is what a friend means to you. And as you do that, I want you to put a thought in your head of a particular friend. It doesn't have to be a friend. It could be someone who you term a friend. It could be your mum, your dad. It could be a soul sister or soul brother. It could be someone who you work with, or someone who you deem as a friend. As you put the thoughts in your mind and think of that individual, think about the qualities that make them a friend. When I think of a friend, I very much think of a person who will always be there, someone who's dependable, someone who will never let you down, someone who makes you laugh, and someone who makes you cry. When I say cry, sometimes we see that as quite a negative thought, a negative emotion. But the fact we're able to trust, able to open our hearts and able to let that emotion out in front of that person says that there's something special to us all. Now, as we think again of that person, they give us something unique. They don't also offer out the hand of friendship. They also allow us to discover the uniqueness of ourselves, make us feel good, make us feel special. They make us discover who we are and give us identity and allow that identity to expand and grow. There are friends who come into our lives and there's some that go. But there's those ones who stay forever and never let us go. And as they stay with us, they hold our hand and lead the way. And even if they've gone before us, they're still there to remind us, leaving little signs and just saying, I'm still here. How many of you, when you were thinking of your friend, smiled? How many of you chuckled? And how many of you had that pleasant thought within your mind? Especially if it was someone really close, a family member, or someone who had that special impact upon your life. Family members, friends, whatever you want to call them, they're special within your heart. They leave that special something. They leave that essence of energy. They never ask of anything. All they do is give. I want you to think of that with all of the different things that have happened this week and all the different memories that we remember. Now today, we have the unfortunate memory of that 9/11, where people came together, even if they didn't know people, to suddenly make a bond of friendship, a sense of knowing, a sense of understanding, a sense of camaraderie, and as it was said in the reading, a sense of compassion, true friendships, where they made that immediate bond, helping everybody, risking their lives, and again, never asking for anything. And that, to me, is true friendship. Never wanting anything, never asking for anything, but always giving. What do we want in return? People ask. To keep their memories alive, to keep strong, to keep the belief in them, and to keep the energy of those individuals who unfortunately lost their lives, those friends who we remember, to continue within our hearts and our minds. Coming together is really important because it gives us a sense of community, companionship, and makes us feel never alone. And again, that's a quality of a friend. There's been friends that have come and gone in my life over the years. And it's those friends who have stayed with me. At first, I used to take it offense that I used to think, well, why do I keep losing friends? Why are those friends never with me anymore? And someone said to me once, it's because they've met their need. They're no use to you anymore. And that seemed a bit impersonal. What do you mean? They never met their need anymore. They fulfilled their need. They've allowed you to grow. They've allowed you to get you to where you need to be. They've allowed you to get to your path and to your journey to where you are now. And now it's for another friend to come along and help you on that journey. I still don't fully understand that because friends disappear and other friends grow. And for me, that's quite difficult to comprehend at times. But I know when I lose those friends, they will gain new friends, as will I. And just like the other friends, they again will allow me to grow. They'll allow me to grow spiritually. They'll grow me in love, but they'll also allow me to grow as an individual, as a friend in myself. Over the years, my friends have taught me many things. They've taught me how to grow and how to be the person that I need to be. They have got me through the difficult, dark times and brought me into the light. That's not about my mediumship, although that has helped. That's getting me through the bits where we find it difficult. We find it difficult to see the way forward. And all of a sudden, a telephone call, an email, a song, just like the one we heard at the beginning of the service, brings us back to that reality that they're still there. As different provinces, as the nations, as the world, we've been very much again brought together by companions as friends once again this year, by the conflicts in Ukraine, bringing all the nations together. But very much this week with the death of Queen Elizabeth II. I know many provinces, many different countries around the Commonwealth and around the world have debated whether they still need a queen, whether they still needed to be part of the monarchy or whether they wanted to go along. And very much the same in the UK, whether we still needed the royalty or whether we should just be a prime minister and a republic, just like those in America. But what we have found is over the outpouring of friendship, compassion and understanding, all of the people have come together and put their differences aside. They've come together as friends. They've mourned together. They've laughed together. They've told stories. There was a statistic on the news yesterday that said 21% of the UK have met the Queen. Nearly a third of the country had met her. And yet all of the country and the Commonwealth had been impacted by her actions. And that's what we find when it comes to friendship, is that impact has no boundaries of time, of space. It comes together and allows each and every one of us to be united in love and understanding. It allows us to come together, to be strong, to defeat any sort of conflict, any sort of hurt, and any sort of grief. Friendship's never perfect. Yes, there'll be times that we fall out. Times we'll have disagreements. But think about those who are close to you, your family members, your partners. There is times you don't agree. There is times that you will say things differently because you have your own mind. You have your own soul, your own sense of energy, your own essence. And by having those energies, it makes you who you are. So try and be this week that special friend to everybody. Try and be the person that you see in everybody else who you deem as your friend, and try be a friend to them. And when, as the song says, when you call out the name, I'll be there. God bless.
That's lovely. I have to say, Matt, I was sitting here listening because I like to listen to the lectures. It's kind of ironic how, as I said earlier, you know, we pick the songs and we pick what needs to be read. We don't pick, we just kind of, and it happens every time. But very beautiful speak, very, very, very good. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so just bear with me here. I'm multitasking on one screen.